Welcome to Ben Noom Design.
In this lecture, we will talk more about extensions, and even if we already installed our first extension, they deserve much more attention since they are one of the key features of the Escort. So the extension view is this one right here. And this will take us to a list of extensions. As you can see, the first time we see them, they are grouped inside of installed or recommended based on the types of files we already opened with our editor. And of course, the first thing we see here is the search button. And let's see what are the most popular extensions on the code. And for this, I can use the search text and the type pat and beside installs, and let us see which are the most installed, most popular extensions on it code. And as you can see, of course, we get to the Python extension. Currently it has 27 or so on million installs. This proves the power of this code and the way it's becoming more and more popular for other languages, like Python or Java. And as you can see here, for example, for me, it shows enable. That is because I already have installed it, and I disabled it because currently I'm not writing Python anymore. But let's look at one extension, which I did and installed this year. Slint, as you can see here, we get an icon, its name. This is very important. Here we see the publisher, and this is very important. If you want extensions from trusted source, usually Microsoft makes very much effort to publish a lot of extensions which are very good. Also here we see the number of installs. So when I choose an extension, I choose it based on the number of installs, the publisher, and of course, the rating. But the ratings are not always so relevant. I saw very popular extensions, like, for example, the C and C++, which does not have such great ratings. But again, it is a great extension for C++ development. So these ratings are not always relevant. Lower down the path here, we see how we can use these extensions. And of course, all this comes from the GitHub page of this extension. Let's see how we can install an extension. And for this, I will try to install these guidelines extension. And yes, because it is a Getty, will try to access my account, and of course, I will not allow it. And, now that I have installed this extension, as you can see, some of them come with their own entry in our activity bar. So if now I select any file, and of course I have some control configured for this project at any file, I will see at any line, I will see exactly who did it. Well, for example, if I click here, I can see that I did this line 6 months ago, and I also get details about what exactly I did. This is just an example of a great extensions. Of course, I can also see what I have installed currently in my vehicle installation. And as you can see, I have lots of extensions, but most of them I have disabled because usually things. Of course, when you can install something, things can get very crowded. And this also means that the price for performance can suffer. This is why I choose. Do I choose to uninstall or disable the extensions that I do not use? For example, now that an extension is installed, I can choose to disable it only for this workspace, which again, it is very convenient. Or of course, if I don't use it anymore, I can just uninstall it. This is, let's say, the workflow of using these code extensions. Of course there are like extensions for everything, and your necessary extensions might be different. We will have a separate section only for most useful extensions, which were for me. You can Google them on YouTube and see what other extensions are popular. Of course, in this case, the sky is the limit and you can take your time and study them. But keep in mind the one thing: they will help you a lot for your specific task, whatever it might be. One final note about extensions is that we can see what is happening under the hood. And this is with the help of the terminal view right here. We will also talk in detail about this. If you don't see it, you can just go to terminal, new terminal, and we see this. What we care about currently is this output entry right here and here. You can see we get our getting logs from window main and so on. We do not care too much about it. The thing is that here at this point, you might also get logs of what happens with extensions because sometimes they might misbehave. You can see what's going on right here and fix in one place what you're doing or find a solution online. Google for the year or so, sometimes something might not work properly. 71. 00:170:5:56:160. Let's take, for example, this Jupyter extension, which let's say I want to uninstall and, I want to uninstall it. But it will tell me he cannot uninstall Jupyter extension. And I can also see a log from this in this. Let me find it in this. Yes, in the window log right here. And as you can see here, I am getting an error and it will tell me he cannot uninstall Jupyter extension because I have another extension, the Python, one that depends only on this. This is just one example of seeing what is going on under the hood for extensions or checking some internal logs of code. At times they might be very useful. This being said, we are done currently talking about the extension. Thanks for watching. Subscribe my channel.